faster now. Alright, let's go live.
So apparently some people are salty that the developers for Jedi Survivor were walking back. So like it's an open game, like an open world game when you go to the planets. But they're like, we never claimed that Coruscant was a freely explorable open world. Only that it was a destination in the game. And I'm thinking, you motherfuckers really wanted them to make even like a portion of Coruscant open world. Do you know how much work it would take? In Star Wars, Coruscant is a world where the entire planet's basically one city. Like, that would be like 3 video games. No, not even that. Like, 5 video games worth of like design work. That'd be so much work. And these assholes are salty that they're not going to be able to walk around to their heart's content. Oh, God.
Oh, Cerulean is ready. Oh shit, I didn't even notice. Okay, I'm gonna head out, man. See ya.
Alright.
Ewag Gaming said I got rolled. Ugh. Sorry to hear that, bud. Quick question before I get started on my match. How is the stream quality? Everything look good? Oh shit, I didn't even notice. Okay, I'm gonna head out, man. See ya. Music, volume, image quality, all that, everything looking tip top. If I can get some reactions in the chat for how the stream quality is before we really start getting into the meat and potatoes of today, oh, I would love you all. Because I have been like editing these streams into like more bite-sized YouTube videos lately. Like if you look at the channel, yo, I'm busy. I'm making thumbnails and I'm, you know, editing, you know, an hour stream into 2 like 15 to 20 minute videos once a week, and you know, like uploading those throughout the week. And first of all, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but people are watching our games. Like, they're getting 100 views. One of them is like almost breaking 300 views from last week. And then the most recent one got like 150 views. People are watching. And sometimes the stream comes out like shit, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm gonna upload this. People are gonna hate this. Anyway, so you guys can hear music. Like, is there background music? Because I don't know when I'm editing the videos if I want to overlay new background music because it's so quiet you can barely hear it, or if I should just leave the background music that I'm playing on stream. So yeah, that's my main question. How's the music? Can you hear it? Should I turn it up? Just turn it off? How do you guys feel? And I'm gonna send a challenge out Cerulean's way. Music is good? Cool, yeah. If you guys are enjoying it, then perfect. I like cranked the volume way up this week because it has been just horrible. So here's the general plan for tonight's stream. What we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna play this match, and excuse me if I'm a bit quiet. I've been trying to play these off stream, but tonight is some extraneous circumstances. But after this, we're gonna go through the replays, including my own. We're gonna talk about the mistakes I made and what I did well, and really break down why I built my team the way I did. And then we're gonna go through everyone else's replays, and then that's gonna be the stream for tonight. And then Obviously, I'll edit it up throughout the week. Looks like I'm up 8 subs since earlier. Yeah, man. Pretty much every time I post a short, I get like 4 to 5 subscribers. And I've been kind of just getting subscribers just like throughout the days. Just because like the Draft League videos are doing pretty well. Like they'll take off and get like 150, 200 views. The video where you played Era, where Tylord played Era, actually got 292 views. So, pretty cool shit's going on in the league. Fun stuff. Okay, so we're playing Cerulean. Last time he named his Urshifu Sean, so I named my Hitmontop and my Moltres Galar Monster Reborn and Change of Heart because he had these Pokemon last year. He's a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so he'll get that I'm making fun of him. Anyway, strangely enough, my Tapu Fini switch-in is going to be the Iron Moth this week. And I think my lead, believe it or not, is going to be my Slowking, aka Dark Magician Girl. Whatever he's about to send my way, I can take it. Come on, I got the special defense for this. Yeah, 52%, that's fine, because I'm teleporting. And then I'm switching. And so that's going to give me my 33% recovery. So that was only like, like a 22% hit to my HP? And that's fine, because then I'm going to have the positional advantage versus Cerulean. Dark Magician Girl needs to hit the gym. Okay. I'm gonna try and set up some rocks here, I think. And as he's gonna go... So I'm gonna set up rocks as he's gonna probably try and set up an Aurora Veil. Oh no, he goes for the Leech Seed. As then I will go... Fuck, I do not have a great matchup versus this thing. I'll probably just Salt Cure for the damage. That feels like a misplay to me. Maybe I go for the Choice Band Spiritomb here. Ice Beam, 36%. That's not bad. I can take that. As we'll do a big 333 attack stat Poltergeist into something. Hopefully whatever comes out gets hit real hard. So most of the time when you see... Are you telling me I missed? Okay, he missed too. What are the odds of a double miss? I'm pissed. Who's he gonna switch into now? Is he gonna go for the screens eventually? He's doing like an offensive utility Obama Snow with Leech Seed and Ice Beam. I'm really surprised he hasn't tried to set up an Aurora Veil yet for himself. But it looks like I'm outspeeding, so he's gonna take a hit here. Only 30% is very painful, and he gets a crit. Going for a Giga Drain. I really did not build myself to beat this thing this week, did I? Leech Seeds, that's okay. Hopefully this forces a change. If I'm him, who am I switching into here? Let's find out. I don't think he wants to... Ojur in the chat. Oh my god. Hello. I have not seen my friend Ojur in a long time. How are you doing, buddy? If you guys don't know, Ojur is a great Mirror's Edge speedrunner. Alright. I think we're gonna... Am I Technician? No, I'm Intimidate. What if we go for the Moltres Galar move here? Right, like it's a Dark Psychic matchup. That's as simple as it gets. So he's looking like a screen set. Maybe we go for an Agility here. Screen sets are pretty good. Or sorry, boosting sets. So we go for like an Agility. He goes for the U-turn. Okay. So if he goes Jolteon, that's telling me it's a Scarf. But actually, he goes for the Finny. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Iron Moth. Take some spike damage. He goes for a substitute. Okay. So I pretty much have to Sludge Wave here. We gotta break the substitute. You don't know what's happening? So, to explain to you, Ajura, what's happening, this is called a Pokemon Draft League. And it's like, it's kind of like you pick the Pokemon you want. So I picked this one called Iron Moth here. That means nobody else can use an Iron Moth. If you have Charizard on your team, nobody else has a Charizard on their team for the rest of the year. And then we all play against each other for like 12 weeks. Then there's big playoffs and a big championship match. And it's a whole lot of fun. That KO'd. Oh my god, I was not expecting the KO there. Now I'm running into a big issue. I have a big speed issue here. This is an L. I think I've lost. I did not prep enough for Cerulean at all. I was like, yeah, Iron Moth is gonna... Salt Cure KO? Salt Cure does not KO. Oh, fuck. That's bad. I've lost. I've totally fucking lost. And then Scald is gonna do that to me. Oh my god. So the Salt Cure damage, I'm guessing, is boosted post... Like, so it's the Salt Cure damage over time that gets boosted, not the base power. Fuck, that's really bad for me. I guess I could go into my Dark Magician Girl. But yeah, he's just gonna Calm Mind here. And I didn't really need to keep the Labyrinth Wall alive either. Okay, I could set like a Future Sight. And then I can go... I'll give you the Pot of Greed. And you go Calm Mind, okay. Poltergeist. No. See, I was hoping I could use the Infiltrator, maybe. I was hoping he'd forget about the Infiltrator. There's no moves left for me. I cannot beat this thing. I just have to, like, Air Slash Flinch and hope that my Moltres is faster. And get like 3 flinches in a row. Honestly, 5. This is game. GG. I guess we could rip close combats. Yeah, that's game. Okay, so whose matchups are we gonna watch replays on first this week? Scald. GG. That's game. Fuck, I got murdered. I got murdered. I did not do enough prep this week. Okay, I need to send the replays to the official channels. All right. And then we got a couple matches to watch here, don't we? Let's start off with the Wonder of You versus... You want to start off with Tylord versus Haymaker? Okay, let me find this in the chat. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with our replays this week by watching Tylord versus Haymaker. Very excited for this match. I believe they are both at the top of their division currently. So let's just jump right into it. So Ampharos versus Sceptile. Right away, this is a very interesting matchup. Right away, the very first turn. So this is a Lightning Rod Pokemon, which means it is immune to electric type attacks, as Ampharos is an electric. However, Ampharos' Mold Breaker ability, when it Mega Evolves, it gains Mold Breaker, means it ignores abilities like Lightning Rod. Now, is Haymaker paying attention to the fact that that he could very well get electric attacks here? I don't know. We'll see what goes on here. As Tylord opts for the Charge attack, which boosts his special defense and I think doubles the power of his next electric attack, but decides he doesn't care about his boost, he wants to get rid of the Leech Seed, So he switches out to the Ninetales. And looks like Haymaker's getting away with it. He gets a Toxic down. He starts sub-stalling out the Ninetales. And he really could just keep subbing here as he was faster than the Ninetales. So I kind of disagree with the decision to switch there. But looks like Tylord doesn't and expected the switch and uses that turn to set his Aurora Veil. Now Ninetales being Toxic, it's okay. Ninetales don't like to stay in very long, so you're not going to get a ton of damage over time, but it's better than nothing. And it looks like Haymaker's doing a good job of spreading status around this match, having already burnt the Gastrodon and Toxic the Ninetales. Where looks like Tylord, on the other hand, is failing. He's missing his Toxics and not really getting what he needs down. Now the Ninetales is back in, which is an advantageous matchup for the Sceptile if the Sceptile wasn't faster and capable of continuing to subseed. Because right now he can just keep subbing. Oh, he goes for a Roar, forcing the Ninetales out and the Feraligatr in. Now the Feraligatr, let me pause here and talk about this. The Feraligatr is one of Tylord's preferred sweepers. It has just an uncontrollable amount of power, and if it Dragon Dances to boost its speed, it very well can just sweep your entire team. However, Tylord likes to keep that in his back pocket. Once you've ran out of defensive answers to the Feraligatr, that's when he likes to play it. So, Haymaker, forcing the Tylord to play this Feraligatr early, may play out advantageously for Haymaker in the long run, kind of taking away that Bishop piece that Tylord likes to use. As Haymaker gets a Leech Seed down, and Tylord just opts to Dragon Claw for the free KO. I don't know if Haymaker thought he scared off a Feraligatr, but he didn't reveal any Grass-type attack, so we knew nothing bad was going on. Goes for the Togekiss, who tries to Thunder Wave and slow down the Feraligatr. A good decision, I think, but, you know, getting the Ninetales was immune to the Thunder Wave due to its already having a status condition. Skeledirge comes out, type advantage, very good. Skeledirge, some people don't expect to be a sweeper, but if it gets too many Torch Song boosts, it absolutely can. See, he Torch Songs here, which gives him a special attack boost. You let him get away with too many of those, and this defensive wall Skeledirge can absolutely sweep your team if you're ill-prepared. Now, Tylord, getting his own opportunities to status, is spreading Poison. He's got a Toxic down on just the Togekiss, but that's a very good Pokemon to get a Toxic down on because it likes to sit there. Maybe Nasty Plot or Roost or Defog. It looks like it's spreading Paralysis this week with Thunder Wave, and it's not going to be able to do that as well now that it can't stay in as long. And so I think it's very important that Haymaker clocks the Gastrodon for the Toxic and keeps it as far away from his Skeledirge as he can. And this Haymaker, all right, let's talk about this. Haymaker has been spending most of this game worrying about keeping status on Tylord's team, and Tylord has revealed a Heal Bell, getting rid of all that status and undoing all of Haymaker's work thus far. That's huge. Skeledirge trying to do damage, and Gastrodon actually gets the Stealth Rocks up. I think I would have preferred to have the Toxic down on the Skeledirge here. But you know, decisions, what can you do? Skeledirge is a huge threat on Haymaker's team. If you're unprepared for this Pokemon, it's pretty hard to break through. Can Ampharos break through it? Who knows? But the burn would have done nothing. The Cotton Guard making it even harder to remove the Ampharos now, as Haymaker has missed 2 Will-O-Wisps in a row, allowing Ampharos to just boost freely. Very unfortunate. And now it's got a special defense boost, and it's Dragon Pulsing, almost 2-hit KOing the Skeledirge, mind you. But due to the unaware, I don't think he really cares about these charge boosts. Oh my god, the 1-hit KO. Oh my god, the 1-hit KO, are you kidding me? So clearly I was wrong. So I think the charge, because it's not a stat boost, but just like an attack boost, it's sort of like an underlying thing. It doesn't give a shit. Once again, Haymaker, constantly having the right Terra type on this Electros, has opted for a Fairy type Electros. Who knows why he did that, but perfectly calls the Dragon Pulse and Terra Fairies and is now immune. Perfectly well done, Haymaker. As always, one of the best Terra type users in our league. He's managing to chip down this Ampharos, but he's in a hole right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is down 4-6, as Tylord is almost untouched. I mean, there's no rocks up. His team is barely statused, and he's got all of his hitters left. As Palafin Hero has finally revealed himself, and Scizor gets a bullet punch off, doing 17% chip. That's nice, but it looks like a Life Orb Scizor, so they're kind of taking equal amounts of damage there almost. The Palafin, 33% drain punching. That's not bad. If this is like a sub Palafin here, then Haymaker's in a great position. Oh, and if his attack rolled a little bit higher, if he got that 37%, he could have won, but instead leaves the Gastrodon with 1% HP left. Now, I'm not letting my Palafin get toxic here. And now the Gastrodon resists the Drain Punch and is immune to the water type attack. So Palafin cannot handle a Gastrodon at all in this position. So now we have the Togekiss for Alligator matchup, something we saw earlier where Tylor decided to switch out, and it looks like he's repeating it again. Again, he doesn't like this. He doesn't want Thunder Wave slowing down the Feraligatr. He doesn't want it to get Paraflinched, but now the Ninetales is in a position to get Paraflinched. And will it? No. Ninetales breaks through the paralysis, breaks through the flinch, and manages to get up a second, third Aurora Veil yet this turn. As he gets flinched here, are we seeing finally the end of the Ninetales? As Haymaker decides to use his last 2% HP, the last of his Hamon, to get a defog off and remove these rocks. Now, why did he consider these rocks so important? We have yet to see, but Buzzwole hits the field. He has been using a Scarf Buzzwole for most of this season. So let's see if he goes for this again. He gets a free KO, getting that attack stat boosted right away. If this is Scarf, he's liking the position. Iron Head can hit a lot of this team, proving not Scarf. Dual Wing beating a bug type is great. That attack stat, almost one-hit KOs. Scald goes off. Does it burn? No burn is absolutely monstrous. This game is starting to heat up, right? We're looking, Haymaker's making a comeback. He is now even the score, 3-3. Now, does Tylor have the answer to stop the Buzzwole sweep? It is an incredibly defensive Pokemon, extraordinarily hard to KO. As he goes for a Spectral Thief, OHKOing the Electros, but not giving him any sort of stat boost, the Palafin hits the field. Is Haymaker prepared for the Marshadow? I've said it time and time again, you need to be prepared for the Marshadow. What does the Palafin do? Is he the answer? The Zen Headbutt! Oh, baby boy, he tanks the Poltergeist, the strongest hit that a Marshadow has, and returns with the Zen Headbutt, the most masterful solution to the Marshadow we have seen thus far. Do we know if there was defensive EVs in there? I don't know, but can Tylor pull this game out? I see a Pokemon potentially with a dual wing beat. It's Life Orb, so it's clearly offensive. A dual wing beating Scizor can for sure handle the Buzzwole. Can we get some votes in the chat? What are people predicting? Are we predicting a Haymaker win or a Tylor? Because this is coming down to the final moments. Personally, I think this still favors Tylor. But God, if I wouldn't love to see an upset. Let's see how this game plays out. He switches into the Buzzwole, and what does he reveal? A Swords Dancing Life Orb Scizor. These hits are gonna hurt. But does he have the dual wing beat to break through the Buzzwole? He gets Drain Punched. Huge damage. The Buzzwole has the sustaining damage. Scizor going for more. As he bullet punches, critical hit! Can somebody pull up the damage calculator? Would that KO without the crit? I don't think it does, but it is a damn close attack. As the Jet Punch comes out, we are now in a one-on-one situation. Palafin versus the Feraligatr. The Jet Punch, is it a banded Jet Punch? It is. It is a choice banded Jet Punch versus whatever kind of Feraligatr. So Palafin is winning in terms of speed. But is it winning in terms of raw power and tank ability? I think it is. I think Palafin wins. Is this the win for Haymaker right here? Let's see. The Jet Punch doing only 26%. What can the Feraligatr muster? 27%, but it's Life Orb. The Jet Punch may be able to KO here. With 13% HP left, the Palafin is just able to nose out victory. Well, that was a hell of a match. Very well done. You can't be upset about a loss like that. Both players played extraordinarily good games. That was great. I enjoyed that match, guys. Thank you for submitting that. Thank you for telling me to play this first, because what a way to start off our Sunday, isn't it? Holy shit. Hey, what game do we want to play next? I think we have Name Bad Word versus The Wonder of You. The Wonder of You has been one of our wall hacks. SF2 says, let's go. Let's fucking go. That was a super exciting match. I enjoyed that quite a lot. So, we have The Wonder of You versus Name Bad Word. A stall sort of trick room team versus sort of an attempt at balance. It's got webs, it's got Charizard X and Pheromosa. In fact, it's a very fast team with lots of forms of speed control in tangling hair, sticky webs, and it's also got Skarmory and Toxapex as a nice defensive core. Whereas over here we have the Quagsire brothers. So let's see how this plays out. Should be a lot of fun. I'm gonna edit this out of the YouTube video, but for the guys in stream, do we think Haymaker would have won without Life Orb? I think he needed that Life Orb chip to secure that KO. That came down to team building, baby. That was hot sauce. Oh, Cerulean, welcome to the stream. All right, we have Rabasca versus a Balloon Dugtrio. And so, looks like the Name Bad Word did not like that, goes into the Skarmory. Now he's a Steel type in the face of a Fire type. He starts switching. We're gonna slow this game down. Drop pause real quick. If I had Dragon Dance first, I think I would have won. Also sat Gastrodon. I don't think you would have, because you were 2-hit KO'd and he was Jet Punching, which is a priority move. I could have used the Marshall to HP Fly in the Buzzwole when he thought he was safe. It was a great game regardless. Life Orb 100% was the difference. Yeah, that came down to the wire, fellas. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Right, this game was moving fast. I don't want to, go back. So he goes into the Skarmory. Not sure why he thinks that's a positive matchup versus Rabasca. It's kind of like neutral. They both kind of get whatever they want. But he's able to go Marowak freely as the taunt comes down. Now, you're not going to see a boost, but we could see a strong Flare Blitz as he immediately goes for the Terra Fire, hitting as hard as he can into the Toxapex, only doing a measly 41%. So it's probably a physical Toxapex with that kind of damage. As he knocks off the Thick Club, which seems to have been knocked off just about every week now. The Marowak has been neutered, losing a double power boost from the Thick Club. Toxapex goes for the Baneful Bunker as the Marowak decides to Swords Dance. He's not neutered now. He's firing on all cylinders. What does he have? Does he have an Earthquake? He does have an Earthquake. See, this is a kind of a bad matchup, but if the Wonder of You has the foresight to Earthquake again, he could actually hit a Charizard X. As he ends up Flare Blitzing, doing only 33%. See, a Dragon Dance Charizard X has sweeping potential on pretty much everything, but there are two, count them, two potential unaware users on this team in Clodsire and Quagsire. And it's just, boosting right away is not the move versus the Wonder of You. You're looking for Chip, you're looking for Stealth Rocks, you're looking for Taunt. You're wearing him down until you can handle these answers. And Toxic is also really not something you want to bring versus a team with 2 poison types. Now, bit of a slower game now. I'm going to turn this back up. So Galvantula, Volt switching out. Webs haven't gone up. Entry hazards haven't managed to go up for either team. As Wonder of You gets another Swords Dance up. And let's pause that. As the Future Sight goes off, taking Charizard down to 11%. He's going to have a really hard time finding his Dragon Dance position now. As the Earthquake goes off, handling the Marowak. Ditto comes out, wants to copy. Usually you see Scarf Dittos, but he just hasn't been running them lately. Again, Flare Blitzing for the second time with a different Pokemon into a Toxapex. Very interesting how that's happened twice this match. If I had a nickel for every time. Knockoff comes out, knocks off the Slowking's Assault Vest. Doesn't really matter as there's not too many specially offensive Pokemon on Name Bad Word's team. Scald comes out, breaks out the Galvantula Sash, 29%. So really, I'm gonna try and stop commenting here and start saying like what I think needs to be done. I think that the Clodsire and the Quagsire need to be removed. Name Bad Word needs to find a way to remove these guys if he's going to find his win condition. Whereas the Wonder of View's win condition looks a lot like Scarf Ditto. If he could maybe let Name Bad Word Dragon Dance his Charizard, he can win. Or if the Pheromosa gets out and starts beast boosting too hard, he can take the Ditto and win. He's lost his Marowak for the Trick Room win now. And I think he's looking for a Ditto win. Unless he wants to use the Rabasca. So I guess another win condition could be Revival Blessing into the Marowak, get the Trick Room, and he could easily Flare Blitz and Earthquake to the rest of this team, but he's going to need to pop the balloon on the Dugtrio first. As he gets the Stealth Rocks up, and the Future Sight has done almost 200% damage in this game. Now, the Ditto comes out, and it KOs the Dugtrio. But now it's slower. So I still think we can get a Rabasca win here, but he's got the Quagsire down. So both players are starting to see their win conditions coming out to play. He U-turns, kind of losing his Beast Boost. A little unfortunate. I think, how do you handle the Quagsire? Oh, but it's recovered. So it looks like he's going to try and Toxic this thing down. And once this Quagsire falls, it's Name Bad Word's game to lose. The Rabasca comes out. Is he going to do the Trick Room Revival Blessing trick? And if he does, who's he going to give it to? He does Revival Blessing. Does he go into the Marowak? What did he just do? Did he just... Hold up. Did he just Revival Blessing into himself? I didn't even know that it was an option. I thought you had to Revival Blessing heal Pokemon back. I didn't know you could just, like, give yourself more HP. That's crazy. He starts Psychicking. Gets the special defense drop on the Skarmory. Oh, no. Okay, I understand what happened. So he Revival Blessing the Marowak. I thought it would switch the Marowak in, though, but no, it's just on the bench and healthy and ready to go at 50% HP. So I'm saying right now the Wonder of View is looking in shape. He's looking in great shape. I say you need to Trick Room here. He does. He Trick Rooms, brings in the Marowak, gets the Flare Blitz, gets taunted, so he's not going to be able to Swords Dance here. Earthquakes. So I guess without the thick club, the Marowak just isn't doing enough damage. If he did not get knocked off, then he would be winning, but I don't know if the Wonder of You can save this game with a neutered Marowak. Is he Earthquake again? He Flare Blitzes again. How many times is he going to successfully switch this Toxapex into Flare Blitzes? Interesting. So at this point, I think what Garrett is trying to do is he's trying to remove these Pokemon without leaving a Beast Boosted Pheromosa out on the field to get counter swept with. Okay, so he goes Skarmory. This faints. And he goes Toxapex. So now the Ditto's going to copy the Toxapex. Does the Pheromosa have what it takes to beat the Toxapex? So he knocks it off. What does he reveal? He reveals he knocked off a Choice Scarf. Now the Ditto's kind of free to do whatever it wants. In fact, this Ditto is more dangerous than before. See, if he had left that Choice Scarf on, it would have been locked into Hidden Power. But now it has double the amount of turns. So he has to stall out 25 turns, and then the Ditto can struggle to death. So if Name Bad Word was to want to play for differential, he could just leave his Toxapex in and win the game. Does he know that, however? You know, these are some newer players. Maybe they'll make a mistake. Maybe he'll rush into the Pheromosa. I think this is impossible for Name Bad Word to lose at this point, but he can lose worse, if you know what I'm saying. Right? Like if he just switches into the Pheromosa and loses it, he loses differential, his season record looks worse, but he could just leave the Toxapex in, come out with a +2 differential, and that's game. So we're gonna skip to the end now. This is boring. Oh, looks like there was some chatter in chat. I'd forfeit if I knew how. Couldn't let you steal my Ditto boost with. Couldn't let you steal my boost with Ditto on Pheromosa. Yeah, this is a pretty simple game. Cut and dry at the end. That was fun. I liked it. Interesting ending. You don't see a lot of endings like that. All right, next we're gonna go into the Black Dog versus the Cowboy himself. All right, so dark mode, music off. Okay. So some early predictions. I always tell people, look out for the Dondozo on this team. If you don't have an answer for that, then it's game. You've already lost. The only Terra-type Pokemon available in this match are the Avalugg and the Frostmoth, so you can expect Terras from them. Can we get some early Terra-type predictions in the chat? Let's see. And then overall power levels, I think the Black Dog just has an overall more powerful team. However, it's close. Magearna and the Roaring Moon are incredibly powerful Pokemon. Charizard Y is fantastic. We can see some interesting magnet pull on the Magearna interactions. We're probably going to see like an Electrium Z into the Dondozo. Fluttermane doesn't have a great job this week, except for dealing with the Roaring Moon fantastically. But at the end of the day, like, it's a Fluttermane. You're going to bring it. It's a fantastic Pokemon. A Tyrantrum's an available Terra user. Frostmoth is better. Let's be honest. We had some good luck, have funs. An early knockoff, removing the Focus Sash. A lead Focus Sash Tyrantrum tells me that definitely wasn't the Terra user. It maybe was intended to get some early Stealth Rocks up, which versus a team like the Black Dog, I think is a very wise decision. So he goes into the Frostmoth, a Quiver Dance special attacker, which is responded with a Blissey. The most classic specially defensive wall ever. Now going into the Elderly Dragon, which by the way, is a sick name. A chatter says, Dondozo can win the game if he has an answer for the magnet. Absolutely. If you get rid of the Magnezone, you probably win this game. Where was I? Yeah, I think going into the Roaring Moon on the Blissey is probably a bad idea because there could easily be like a Thunder Wave or something handling you there. Thunderbolt doing 50% the Magearna as the Aura Sphere does 25 to the Magnezone. Now you need to play this Magnezone a lot carefully. Again, this is your Dondozo answer, and you've let it take 25% damage. It's not useless now, but the Black Dog is playing much more carefully after that. As the Weather Ball comes out, and the Shadow Ball hits Burn Guy. And, you know, I'm not going to say that was the best use of Fluttermane, but it didn't do nothing. It dropped the special defense, it brought the Mega Pokemon down to 20%. It's doing well, as we now have a wall versus wall situation. Let's see which wall feels more comfortable on the field. As of right now, it appears to be the Dondozo, who clearly has the sauce to beat the Blissey. So we knock off the leftovers. Dondozo has lost some of its recovery, and clearly has the move pool to handle a lot of these Pokemon. It can handle the Blissey, it can handle the Avalugg, it can handle the Pinsir. He needs to be very, very careful. Looks like his classic Curse Rest set, so I don't think he has any more moves. I think the Great Tusk is able to move in very well, but that's not going to KO. That's just, honestly, it's setup bait. He needs to find a way to get the Magnezone in safely and KO. At this point, if he can get the Magnezone, at this point, like, let's say, all right, let's see if the Magnezone dies here. Let's see what the Magnezone dies here. Rock Slide does 7%. Does he get a KO here? Now he's looking like every time, ooh, okay. Every time Magnezone comes on the field, Cowboy needs to be nervous because he has to switch and basically give free damage to the Black Dog. As now we're Seismic Tossing, and I think this is a good position for the Black Dog. We got some Terra Grass Giga Draining going on here, which isn't bad, but just Blissey isn't your best matchup. This is like the Frostmoth counter, or one of the best, unless you went for like a Terra Fighting Terra Blast Frostmoth, which could have been awesome. But yeah, the Frostmoth just kind of gets handled. I would have maybe moved into the Roaring Moon there and try to force it out with some physical pressure. Goes back into the Magnezone, KOing. Now, the Black Dog is very nervous. The Dondozo is now free to start cursing. If he doesn't have like a Toxic, he needs to like, this is a very bad position. Yeah, that body press damage is coming out hard. Maybe the Aerial Lake can come in and do something. Close combat doing 22%. The Dondozo can now rest. Oh, does he not have rest this week? Well, if he did have rest, he played it wrong. And the Dondozo has managed to be handled. Now, this is looking like the Black Dog's game to lose. He's got the speed. He's got the type advantages. He jaw locked him? There are some really cool jaw lock sets. It didn't go that well for Cowboy, but there's some really cool jaw lock stuff you can do. Trapping your opponent and then boosting. As the quick attack, the Aerialite boosted quick attack comes out and finishes that game 2-0. That was a fun one. Wasn't the best, but I did enjoy that match greatly. That was pretty cool. What other matches do we have this week? Do we want to watch my game and talk about how embarrassing my loss was because Sean's unhappy? Oh, there's a match in here that we have to watch. Okay, so our next match is our newest player, Zelda Catbug. Comment to boost the stream, thank you. Our newest player, Zelda Catbug versus David. So we've talked about a couple of our games so far, and when this match, wait, I did not play this already. Okay. Hey, Melanie. When this match came in, the chat instantly lit up, and I knew we had a good replay on our hands. So, from what I understand, this is bad. I'm not sure exactly what makes it bad, but let's find out. So, a Grimmsnarl lead, David still leading Grimmsnarl every week, immediately gets the taunt down on Orthworm, preventing the Shed Tail. As good as gold, the Reflect comes out, and the Heavy Slam only does 42%, meaning if Zelda did that earlier, she would have done something like 84% damage and almost one-hit KO'd the Grimmsnarl. So this is the second match ever from Zelda Catbug, and it...
On the brain, the feeling of intrusion.
What is playing right now? Hold up.
For an individual employee.
Is there an ad?
Much more profound. The devices could be mandated to watch a person's attention.
Would you let your boss monitor your brainwaves? No, let's go back to some Pokemon music. All right. Yeah, so Zelda is on like their second week. We don't expect too much, but high expectations have been set from an incredible match last week. So continuing to Heavy Slam, David does a good job switching into that and getting a free speed boost from weak armor there. I think that was very nice. But Zelda then follows that up with a Shed Tail on the Swords Dance. So both players kind of got something out of it. One got boosted, one got a substitute. But Zelda kind of gets some momentum out of that, being able to go into its type advantageous Pokemon. As then it kind of stalls out some Protect. I guess Zelda's not really sure how to respond to this. Maybe that's a panic move from an early player, just like, Protect. Or maybe they're sort of baiting out what moves to be expecting. But it's a Swords Dance weak armor set. You can expect them to spam Blitter Blade. Blister Blade? Buster Blader? Whatever. Knockoff comes out, continuing to boost the weak armor, but not getting the KO. Cerule Edge is looking dangerous. 3 times boost. Ends up Shadow Sneaking when it just gets Commonium Z'd. Doing the clangorous Soul Blaze, completely flipping all the momentum of this match. Now having an Omni boost, as the Grimmsnarl sets up a Reflect and falls down to an Aura Sphere. So it looks like a special Komodo who didn't have enough speed at +1 to outspeed a Victini and then just gets Psychicked down. So once again, for the third time this match, all of the momentum has turned tables. As we see more protecting from the Lantern. I know what it's expecting, what it's trying to avoid. As it goes into Terra Steel in front of the Fire type, very dangerous decision, as now it can kind of V-create and get free KOs. Now going into the Dracovish on a Pokemon that is potentially water absorbed is very, very dangerous. You don't know what this is. You might just be feeding free HP into this Lantern. You have to be careful. But it seems David is confident, and instead outrages, uses a Dragon-type move into the Pokemon who is now Terra Steeled versus a team with 3 Steel types on it. Very, very interesting. But you know, hey, maybe he switched into the Altaria and he caught it. As now the V-Creates are coming out. Now he's putting a lot of pressure on. There's only one switch on Zelda's team, and that's her Altaria Dragon. So maybe if she goes into the Altaria here, which she does, and then see, she resists it. That's 36% damage. That's very nice. As the frustration comes out, but she thinks she was like Pixelate Mega Altaria, maybe? I think that's maybe what she was going for with that. As David says in the chat, this is making me think. So now Dracovish is able to outrage, yeah. So you maybe would have wanted to go into your Orthworm there. You could have expected a dragon move as it's already revealed it, and then you can go into your Orthworm, take some damage, something like that. Heavy Slam comes out, only doing 6%. You maybe want to set up like a Shed Tail there. As the Melmetal comes out, see, a lot of steel on steel damage. So we've successfully Shed Tailed into the Genesect, revealing a Blaze Kick. And while it does have the type advantage, it doesn't have the stat line advantage, right? It's a physical move coming versus Melmetal's like 130, 140, 150 defense stats, something like that. So it just tanks that for days and looks dangerous. Yeah, it reveals Earthquake. Oh, it reveals Earthquake. And Orthworm is Earth Eater. Are we gonna see some Earth Eaters being fed into the Orthworm? That'd be very interesting. So the Melmetal does manage to fall. As Aerodactyl gets revealed, it has a huge speed advantage. Another Blaze Kick. Was this like a Choice Banded Genesect? That's kind of interesting. Is then dual Wing Beated down. Interesting. Yeah, this was a bit of a rough week. But Melmetal was able to eat up those Blaze Kicks easily, as Cerulean says in the chat. All right, do we have any more games left to watch this week, my fellow friends? Do we want to talk about my embarrassing match that happened? Yeah, we could talk real slow. So I started with my Dark Magician Girl, and I figured I could pretty much tank anything on the team and then just teleport and maybe have an advantageous position. I could like Scald or teleport on anything. As you find out at the end of the game, my flaw was I didn't prep enough for the Tapu Fini. I did have a prep for it, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to, and we'll talk about that later. I expected this to be more of an Aurora Veil type set. But it ended up being some sort of Giga Draining offensive set with like Ice Beam and Leech Seed. I end up missing a Poltergeist here, but it doesn't really matter because we end up seeing that the Poltergeist next turn does like no damage. So I would have done like 60%, but I really needed up a lot more. So I go in, try and pressure the Lake Effect out, which was successful. And then I start setting up with my Moltres here. As I get a speed boost, and then I'm pressured out by the Tapu Fini, and Cerulean expects that, sets up a substitute. Yeah, struggle bus. Struggle, struggle, struggle bus. He starts Calm Minding. So let's talk about what my plan was. My plan was thinking he'd maybe Moonblast, and the Iron Moth would take that, and then I thought maybe he'd Scald on the next turn or something. When I built this team, I was trying to make the Iron Moth switch in on like a Scald or a Surf or something from a Tapu Fini and actually trigger a weakness policy, and then I could like Agility and sweep through his whole team that way. I was planning on an Iron Moth Agility weakness policy sweep, but that did not go as planned for me, as I ended up getting swept by a Calm Mind Tapu Fini. Imagine, Tyler Dingledine says, all right, I'm going to speed through this. Tyler says, imagine if I had stayed in and set up the Nasty Plot. That would not have worked, though, because on the turn that I switch out, I believe my opponent sets up Substitute. So if I had Nasty Plotted there, that would have been bad news for me. Anyway, I believe we have a match from the Meekmon Tops to watch. Yeah, if you want to post your team, send me a link on the Discord. I'll open it up. I'm gonna find the Meek match though while we wait for that. All right, do we want to watch? All right, chatters of the chat. Do we want to look at Cerulean's team, or do we want to watch this match first? I don't give a fuck what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch the team. I'm gonna look at it. Here we go. So here's a little behind the scenes on the team that beat me. So it was a Choice Scarf Urshifu. Funny enough, I was worried about that. So my Moltres was actually EV'd to outspeed Choice Scarf Urshifu after 1 agility and could have KO'd with Air Slash. Although, it's pretty fantastic that actually happened because it's not often my prediction comes out correctly. Do we have Mirror Herb, I heard? A Mirror Herb Jolteon. So what were we fishing to get the Mirror Herb on? We saw it was a Terra Ghost, looking for some Terra Ghost Shadow Balls. That may have been able to kill my my Slowking turn 1. No, that wouldn't have killed my Slowking turn 1. But it probably would have done similar damage to the Volt Switch, maybe a little more. Maybe it would have done 65% damage, probably. We see that the Obama was in fact Aurora Veil here. But just the Chad felt like he didn't need it, almost never said it. We had a typical sort of Hazards U-turn Mew. Usually these things carry like Soft Boil to recover, so running Psychic Fangs is interesting. Maybe trying to does Psychic Fangs break screens? I think it does. Maybe that was a screen breaker as well. Sub, Calm Mind, Scald, Moonblast, we saw that. This right here is the Menace who broke my team. So the Mirror Herb was to prevent Moltres or Iron Moth setting up. Iron Moth was not Quiver Dance. I don't know what setup you think you were going to copy except an agility. Yep, then we have the Choice Scarf, and then standard Red Rover, Iron Tread, Stealth Rock knockoff, Earthquake. Substitute again. What was the substitute for? Scouting, I guess. There's no booster energy or anything on it. Anyway. I like the Mega. Megas are fun. Do I have any Megas on my team? It's kind of boring not having one. Alright. Let's... Did I grab the other game? Nope. Oh, if you want to look at my team, it was all Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed. Ryan Rand, Change of Heart, Monster Reborn, the Labyrinth Wall, and the Pot of Greed. And my Dark Magician Girl to top it all off with. Dark Magician Girl was Colberberry, so that I could try and teleport on a Urshifu into my Moltres. Anyway, let's try and find that Meek Mills match. Here, and then Meek Millie. Alright, let's run it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, this is our last match. So, stay tuned. We're going to be ending the stream very soon. So, probably a positive matchup for Meek Millie. The hyper offense versus the team I don't really understand too well. Let's see how they get it done. I believe it's I watched a little bit of it. I believe it was a Cyclizar into the lead Iron Bundle. And this dog just does damage very quickly. I think it's a, what is it, a Hydro Pump? 62%. And starts freeze drying. So I thought this was interesting. Mousehold population bombs could potentially, break through here. I don't know how. I don't think Scarf beats the Speed Boost Iron Bundle, but maybe like an Endure Custap or something like that. It is possible for the Mousehold to beat the Iron Bundle if built in such a specific manner. And when you're facing a Shentail team and have Population Bomb as an option, it's not a bad option if you ask me. As the Ice Beam starts taking down, Iron Bundle's got 2 KOs. T-Tar might actually have what it takes to threaten an Iron Bundle out. And, it's funny, I hate on these booster energy sets a lot, but it looks like Meek doesn't take the advice. He's like, yeah, so what if I lose my speed boost when I switch out? I'm not switching out. Leaves the Iron Bundle in. I watched this. pretty much until it dies. Just doesn't care, wants to keep his speed boost, and the Iron Bundle goes down. I don't think that's the best decision, as it pretty much solos the rest of the team. Except maybe the Heatran kind of sort of struggles. Mantine comes out, good Heatran answer. Very good Heatran answer. As the Latias comes in, and Terra Steel, Mantine Terra Steel is revealed. So, here's how I feel about this. Steel Mantine is great in the Latias matchup. However, it is bad versus the Heatran and the Gliscor and everything else. If I was Meek Mills, I would have left the Mantine to be my answer to the rest of the team and maybe have gone into the Tapu Koko. But I think Mantine is very essential for beating the remainder of Hazy's team. As the Toxic comes out, Heatran comes in, probably easily Magma Storms for some chip. Hits the Tapu Koko with a Magma Storm, doing 68%, then the Magma Storm chip. The Tapu Koko maybe set some screens here. Gliscor comes out, good switch, eats that for days. U-turns out, doesn't set up the screens, back into the Mantine, who can now get Earthquaked, knocks off, loses the leftovers. Does Mantine get KO'd this game? Do we go Mantine-less? As it does. See, this is why I think the Terra Steel is a dangerous position to be in. Hawlucha comes out, gets its Unburden boost, gets its Electric Steed defense boost, gets a KO with the now boosted Acrobatics, and Drain Punches the Heatran for 62% damage. Ironhead unable to do anything. It's a neutral attack versus a defensively boosted monster. Also revealing that was a mixed Heatran, which is just a sin. That is a sin of a set. Is it mixed Heatran, Ironhead, Magma Storm? Just ew, that's disgusting. That is a cursed set. I'm sorry, Elijah. We gotta talk about special versus physical at some point. Now Hawlucha, it's got the power to break through here, I guess. It's gonna be a while though. It takes a while to break through something like this, and then there it is, ending that. Yeah, so Meek says in the chat, he's brought 100% accurate moves this week. He lost last week due to doing risky gambles with high jump kicks, with a sick, shiny Hawlucha, ends up sweeping and taking care. So the Sweepers, the Iron Bundle, and the Hawlucha, the two most dangerous Pokemon on the team, have done all the work this week. Once again, congratulations to Meek Millie. How many wins is that now? Meek Millie's having a good season for himself. Everyone, how are we feeling, huh? How are we feeling? I need to get on and react to last week's late matches. Funny story for you guys. Friday night after work, I come home and I try and record. I didn't want to go live, I didn't feel like it, but I wanted to just record reacting to those late matches. And the first take, my mic's not plugged in. The second take, I'm not recording the matches. The third take, there's like background audio going on. And at this point, I'm late. I have to go. I don't want to be here anymore. And I just gave up. That was probably 45 minutes I spent recording, reacting to the same 4 matches, pretending I haven't seen them. In some others, I'm like actually using the knowledge, like knowing like, all right, this is what happens here. I think this was a mistake doing this. And I'm just exhausted. I really want to give you guys those matches because I already made a thumbnail having expected to make that video, but I don't want to do that again. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Probably still a couple matches left of this because, you know, it's that time of year where people start getting lazy and don't want to get their matches in on time. So yeah. Guys, please get your matches in on time. It makes it easier for me to make content out of it because that's why I do this. I like to farm you guys for content. Tons of content on the channel lately. Holy shit! 200. I got 3 subscribers from this stream, guys. Oh my god. I need to set up subscriber alerts for YouTube. I haven't done that. That was wild. Holy shit. 3 new subscribers from this stream. Absolutely insane. That's wild. Yeah, I think my channel's been fun lately. I don't know about you guys. but streaming every Sunday, like trying to average like 2 long form videos a week, getting a short out once a week. It's been some content. It's been a lot of fun, and the subscriber base has been going up. We're at 211 subscribers now. Where did those even come from? That's unheard of for me. Got someone called Wallhacks and Ned Yeater. Just crazy, guys. Hold up, let me look. Let me look here. This is wild. Yeah, I don't know. How have you guys been enjoying the content? Like, any reviews? Do we, better music? Make the videos shorter? How do you guys feel about those intros? Do you think those intros are worth doing? I've been making community posts just because they're fun. It's been a good time. It has been a really, really good time. Analytics. How are the analytics on this stream looking? We've gotten 20 views. The average person stays here for 10 minutes. Having a lot of fun. One thing I've noticed about the stream is that there's a huge stream delay. A huge stream delay. I have it set to 30 seconds because I was doing live matches before and I didn't want people like farming me for reactions to know what their next move should be. But now we're kind of just doing replays. So I think I'm going to turn down the stream delay to only like 2 or so seconds for the next stream. And hopefully we can have some better chat interaction right now because I've asked you guys like 40 bazillion questions and getting no responses. And I'm not sure if that's just because of the stream delay or what. You should do post-game interviews and farm us further, get insight into the thought process behind the decisions we make. Yeah, people ask for like post-game interviews and stuff, and I'm just not sure how to make content out of that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in the idea of a post-game interview. I think that can be something that's really, really fun. But yeah, I don't know. So, not gonna lie, some of you guys don't know how to talk on stream. I don't want to like talk all over you while trying to be like continually entertaining. And you sometimes definitely don't want to like interview losers and be like, so how did you feel about your game? And they go, well, I fucking lost, Sean. So how about that? Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. I got work in the morning. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.